All right, we're making a turn right here. That body of water you see out there is the San Pablo Bay. And we're going to make a turn here and go down a little country road and end up in the city of Crockett, California, which is a really interesting little town. And it wasn't named after Davy Crockett. It was the Indian fighter who was killed at the Alamo. It's named after Lemuel Crockett, who was a dairy rancher here, and his wife worked at a place called Toots, which is a bar in town. And they had a cow that gave milk for 17 years after only one calf. So they named the town Crockett after Lemuel Crockett for that reason. And there's a famous person came from Crockett named Aldo Ray. And Aldo was a Hollywood figure, very famous in his day movie star. And he's presently revered as their most prominent citizen. And he had a good career in Hollywood. He played in a movie called Battleground and had good reviews for that, and some other starring roles. I'm going to pull over just a tad and let this white pickup truck go by, because we want to enjoy the road and not have to speed. That was a van, actually. All right, well, anyway, back to Aldo Ray. The Hollywood life did not bode well for him, and he slipped into alcoholism and lost his career, and all his contacts in Hollywood disappeared. So he returned to Crockett and moved in with his mom, and died of acute alcoholism later on. But that didn't deter the people from enjoying. In fact, it added to his allure in the minds of people that live in Crockett. And they built a museum. In fact, they took the old train station. We're going to come to that, and I'll show you. And made a city museum out of it. And there's one room that's literally a shrine to Aldo Ray. It has all the pictures of him with movie stars and some signed 8x10 glossies that you can buy. They're copies, of course. All the originals are treasured now by the people that knew him during his life. We're coming up now to the high school. On the left is, I don't want to turn the camera over there right now, but there's a grammar school called John Swett Grammar School. And on our left here, there's a building that's wrapped. It looks like they're maybe disinfecting it or something for bugs. But it's John Swett High School. And John Swett was a very famous guy in California. He's original superintendent of education for the state of California. And that was in the 1860s. So the school got named for him. The school hasn't been here that long, but almost. Here, I'll show you the sign. See that little sign there? And this is a garden that they put in. And here's a dump truck. And they're putting some new soil in there, I guess, for where the kids play in the park. And there's a typical citizen right there. I'll give you a close-up of this guy, because he typifies the kind of person that you're going to see in Crockett. And on the left here we have the football field, and it's now it's football, baseball, and athletic field, and it's all revamped. It's beautiful now. It used to be kind of old-fashioned, and I played there back in the 50s. We had played football there. I think I only played one game there, and it was when I was a sophomore, but we came to Crockett and played. And straight ahead is the C&H Sugar Factory, and it's the employer of Crockett. This is where all the people work. It's C&H Sugar. The city had started off as a port, and all the you know, kind of pan to the right there, and you can get a look. It started off as a port, and the goods from the valley were loaded onto boats here and brought in. On the right is the old train station that's now the museum that I was talking about, where Aldo Ray's shrine is located. Straight ahead is an old gas station they've converted into a place you fix cars. And here's the Crockett Library, this nice little building right there. They have paperbacks in there and of detective novels and old Western stories. And Mike Hammer is one of their favorite authors here. When you die in Crockett, you usually get cremated, and the people, you generally speaking, will put their senior class yearbook in the furnace with them, along with a autographed, hopefully 8x10 glossy of Aldo Ray, and their time slip at C&H Sugar, and all those things are reduced to ashes and put in the urn and put above the fireplace of their remaining people in their family. It's very touching. And if you do have a picture of Aldo Ray, it's said that you'll go straight to heaven if it's autographed. If you're not autographed, you may have to spend some time in purgatory. Now here's 2nd Street. The guy that does my taxes is located on this street, and right up here is Toots. This is where Lemuel Crockett's wife worked as a cocktail waitress here, off season of course. During the summertime they were very busy with the milk business. But there's Toots, been there for years. This is a little well, it's an antique shop called the Treasure Hunt, and my the guy that does my taxes has an office in there. Here's a typical street, and we're going to go up to a nice place here called well, it's the nicest restaurant in town. People come from all over to go there. Here's Gary's Designs. I don't know what the hell he does. And you got your Club Tay here. I guess you can get cocktails in there. There's a lizard. This is the historic route, Dianza. Juan Baptista Dianza. He came through here in the 1700s. And you know, they're still talking about it because it's the only really exciting thing that went on here. So you know, when we're going under these god-awful looking bridges and well, these ramps and everything, and then on the right you got these absolutely super ugly bridges that they brag about. But anyway, the restaurant isn't that bad, and I'll bring it. I'll show you when we come along here. Yeah, we got the green light. How about that? Here it is, and here's the name of the place.